Doctor Who ears courtesy of my friend Marissa. Hey there, hi there, ho there guys. So I'm leaving for my college program in like 12 days. I think 12 days till I check in and like 10, 9-ish days until I get to Florida. So the main thing on my mind right now is packing, which is kind of terrifying. How am I gonna pack everything I need for 6 months to like a year in like my little car? I have a little experience with this from my last CP, and then just talking to my friends like, oh, what would you have advised people to do with your CP for packing? I've come up with a few bits and few tips on how to pack to live somewhere for at least 5-6 months. Number one thing to bring is bedding. I got this at Target the other day. So I think the most important thing really is like obviously your clothes and then bedding, because one of the first things you're going to want to do when you move into your apartment is make the bed. Second, one big thing I've been stressing to a bunch of people, especially since I have like my roommate who's moving from California, only pack what you need and take into account you're gonna go shopping. There's Cast Connection, there's Property Control, there's the Florida Mall, there's holidays. You're gonna be shopping a lot. Another big thing, space bags. If you haven't used them, like do it. They will save your life. I will put like all my bedding and pillows and towels into like one huge space bag, and it gets so teeny tiny, and it just, whoever invented space bags, thank you. One roommate asked if she should bring hangers. I kind of didn't know how to respond to that. I feel like I'm gonna bring some of my hangers because I have like really nice ones that I like that have like rubbery stuff on it so your clothes don't slip off. So I'm probably gonna bring some of my own, and then again, if you just need them, go to Walmart or Target, they have them. Another person asked about chilly weather clothes. It does actually get cold in Florida. My day moving out for the CP, it was like 40 degrees outside and I was freezing, like waiting for my roommate to pick me up to go to the airport. So you don't need a ton of sweatshirts, but bring a couple. Bring some jeans for when it gets cooler, because you also will adjust to the weather, and 60 degrees at night is going to feel cold to you, and all your friends back north will make fun of you, but it got cold, okay? One thing I'm bringing is a vacuum. You can definitely rent one from all the housing complexes, like main office, but around inspections it gets very hard to like find the vacuum because so many people are trying to take it and rent it out. So I think I'm bringing my own just to have, so we can just vacuum the floor. Another thing I found helpful was bed risers, because the beds in the Disney housing are very low to the ground, and I have these huge Tupperware things that I like to put under my bed. So I got these bed risers, and mine actually comes with like an outlet in the riser, so you can plug like your phone charger in and have it right next to your bed at night. It's excellent. Another thing is, I mentioned my big storage container things. Extra storage is always helpful. Again, it might be something you want to feel out once you get to your apartment and then decide to run to Target and buy some, but I know I have a lot of things, so I'm bringing a big container just to put stuff like toiletries and hair products and all that just under my bed. Another big thing is decorate your apartment. One thing my roommates and I did last time is we brought a huge calendar and put it on our main bulletin board in our apartment, and everyone wrote down like their schedule and their days off, so we all knew where each other were, or if someone had a day off with you, you could all hang out. So decorating your corkboard, good thing, because I don't think you can hang anything on the wall. I think now you're allowed to use command hooks. We hung up a puzzle using a command hook and no one said anything until our final inspection. Maybe they changed the rules, I don't know. I'm kind of waiting until we get to the housing meeting and seeing if they say anything. Also, bring stuff for your whiteboard or your corkboard, excuse me, in your bedroom. I like to have things that were like kind of hanging off the corkboard, because as long as it was plugged in, it could be hanging off the edge a little bit. Like my roommate CJ brought flags that she had sticking off the board. And also bring photos, because when you miss your family and your dog and all your friends, you can just look at all these photos decorating your wall, and it's just a little memory, a little piece of them. Also, talk to your roommates if you're going in knowing who your roommates are. Talk to your roommates about who's gonna bring what, so like you don't come down with like multiple TVs or all that. Like my roommates and I have decided like who's bringing a Wii, who's bringing Apple TV. We're all bringing different board games, we're all bringing different movies and then different games for our little game consoles. So we're all making it so that we don't have really double of anything, and making sure that we have everything that we want. And again, just be mindful of packing really what you need for the moment, because I guarantee you're gonna make 2 or 3 stops at Walmart and Target within the first week of being there, because you're gonna be running back and forth to get things. So if you don't necessarily need it within the first few days, or like the days that you're gonna be just sitting there waiting to check in, then you don't really need it at all. One thing I'd like to say is don't really bring extra toiletries. What I'm doing, since I'm taking like the train down, is I'm just gonna have little travel size toiletries so they can go in like a carry-on bag and not take up too much room, and then I can just worry about getting my full-size stuff once I get down there. Also, a lot of people are talking about bringing cleaning supplies, which is good, because I recommend that when you get into your apartment you clean everything, because when we moved into our apartment in Chatham, it looked like no one had cleaned the shower. It had just a layer of like gross all over it. So cleaning supplies are good, but I think that's also something that you can just pick up like first or second day and then just wipe everything down. And a lot of people are bringing extra kitchen stuff like bowls and cups and stuff, so that's always helpful if you have a favorite cup, or I had a water bottle that I brought and just kept with me. Also bring toaster if you want it, and a blender. I think a coffee maker. I don't remember if they gave that to us or not. I don't think they did, but they will give you a microwave and a tea kettle, so you have that. And we also bought a dish rack. We had the dishwasher, but for like pots and stuff that we were going to be using multiple times, we bought a dish rack so we could just wash it off, clean it, and dry it, and then if someone needed it right after, they could use it. And it was just very helpful. As far as clothing, you're gonna really be living in your uniform or your costume a lot, and I know a lot of people say that, but I would go to work in my costume. I didn't change. Some of my coworkers kept like a pair of shorts and a t-shirt in their car so that if they wanted to change, if we went to IHOP or something that night, they could. I know my roommate CJ always went to work just in normal clothes and would change when she get there and would change to come home, because if they went out beforehand or after, she didn't want to be walking around in her uniform. And I really recommend that, because if you don't want to be sitting around in your uniform going to IHOP, then just have like a t-shirt and shorts in the back of your car. You really only need like a few pairs of jeans, because you will adjust to the weather, but it doesn't always get super cold. Obviously shorts, t-shirts, bring your Disney bounds, bring your Halloween costumes, because the Halloween parties are such a good time. My camera died. Sorry if I got cut off there. What was I talking about? I got distracted watching Zoella. So one thing I found helpful with my CP, and I promise this sounds kind of like weird, but I promise I'm very like clean person. I do laundry often, but I brought like 2 weeks worth of socks and underwear, because kind of like, you know, as long as those are clean, you can wear like shorts or whatever a couple times. I don't know, I found that helpful, because you have to pay to do laundry unless you live in the Commons, and it's like $1 per load, and that's a lot of money. Another thing people talk about is like shoes. I recommend waiting till you get your location before you buy shoes, because depending on your location, your shoes might not be just like the solid black. You might need white shoes, or if you're, if you're in Frontierland, you might need boots. If you're on Main Street, you might need flats. So wait until you get your shoes. The outlets have tons of shoe stores, and I think most of them give a Disney discount if you have your Blue ID. So that's really all the advice I have right now. I hope that it's not too scatterbrained, because my mind hasn't been working this week. I have like 5 reminders set in my phone, and it's literally just like, call a doctor, get your professional work pants hemmed, and does anyone else feel like their arrival date snuck up on them? Like we had so much time and now it's here. We're doing it. We're going. So I'm definitely going to film check-in day. I might film like going down there on the train and all that in my couple days, just exploring Orlando before we check in. I might film traditions, don't quote me on that. I'll try to film that week, and then I'm going to try to get a video once a week at least. Try is the key word. I'm going to try to be better at it at least than last time, and keep y'all updated more and more regular videos. Also, I'm at 91 subscribers, so That's almost 100. I can do math. Maybe when I get to 100, I'll do some sort of tiny giveaway. I'd have to like check all of like the YouTube rules and stuff like that, but maybe that's something to look forward to. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys later.